Hey everybody, welcome to our new series. We're going to be studying the letter of Philippians. This is a letter that Paul wrote to one of the churches that he planted, and we think this is a church that he loved very dearly. He had a lot of encouraging things to tell them, so we're excited about starting this study of the letter of Philippians with you.
Sure. Before we do that, might I make just a slight suggestion? This
Yes.
has nothing to do with theological things, but
Okay.
shouldn't the word Philippians be pronounced Philippians? I mean, number one, it sounds better in general.
It sounds fancier.
Well, it just sounds awesome, Philippians.
Okay.
And
What's
so
your case?
my case is that there's only one L in Philippians, which I didn't learn that for a long time. And so if you've got a single consonant, the vowel preceding should be long, right?
I have no idea.
And later you get two P's in Philippians. Actually, there's three P's, but two together in Philippians. And so that would be preceded, the vowel preceding that should be short. So Philippians.
Are you
Sounds
trying to be
awesome.
an English teacher on here?
Well, Philippians
I'm
sounds
just gonna
awesome.
say that most people in my life I've heard call it Philippians, and so you're the only one that doesn't, and then that must mean you're wrong.
Well, I've been accused of such before. We'll go with Philippians if it makes you feel better.
It does.
Okay.
Plus, I don't think I can
Philippians.
change. I'm too old to change at this point.
Well, I'll keep my mouth shut. So we do want to look at the book of Philippians.
Okay.
Philippians, Paul's letter to the church in Philippi. As you've already said, he had a lot of affection for them. This letter is written sort of in response to the gift he received while in jail. And so Paul knew what it was like to live with little and to live with lots, and to be persecuted, to be struck down. Like, he knew all of that, and yet he still found contentment in Jesus, but he was never complacent. And so as he starts this letter, he writes to them saying thanks and encouraging them to continue on this journey, but also just reminding them that none of us are there yet. And so on Sunday, we highlighted a couple of verses, and I want to kind of throw those out and look at it. And then after this, we're going to show you a video we didn't create, but we feel like is incredibly helpful, that sort of offers this really unique overview of the entire letter. And so, but let me give you these two verses. The first was in verse 6 of chapter 1. Paul says, "I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ returns." And so not only is Paul reminding them that, you're not done yet, keep on moving forward, but he's reminding them too, I think, and this is really important, is that this is the work of God in your life. It's not so much what you're doing, but what you're allowing God to do in and through you. And so it's a word of encouragement. It's a word of edification, where he builds them up just to say, hey, you might not be there yet, but you're well on your way, and God will not quit on you. So don't quit on him.
So basically, what you're saying is nobody is ever too old to change.
I would say that.
Oops, I messed up
Yeah.
then when I said I was too old to change, because it sounds like that's what Paul is encouraging the people. And in fact, what you said in your sermon on Sunday is like the questions you kind of finished up with are you content with where you are, or
Sure.
do you want to continue to keep growing and keep changing?
Sure.
And keep becoming more like who Jesus is?
Yeah, and so in this brief introduction that Paul offers to the letter, a little bit later, he says this. Let me read that for you. He says, "I pray that your love will overflow more and more, and that you will keep on growing in the knowledge and understanding." Or I'm sorry, that you will keep on growing in knowledge and understanding. And so Paul says very clearly, like, I want you to keep moving forward. He follows that up by saying, I want you to understand what really matters most, so that you may live pure and blameless lives until the day of Christ's return. And then he offers them sort of this blessing, or sort of speaks these words. He says, "May you always be filled with the fruit of your salvation, which is the righteous character produced in your life by Jesus Christ." The righteous character produced in your life by Jesus Christ. For this will bring much glory and praise to God. So that's sort of the introduction to Paul's letter. And so we offer that up to you as an encouragement for you today, tonight, wherever you find yourself, that God is not finished with us yet. He's going to continue to do that great work. And ultimately, he's going to lead us to bear fruit, the fruit of our salvation. And that fruit literally is the character of Jesus, becoming like Jesus, and showing that to the world through the way that we love, through the way that we live, and through the way that we serve. So we want you guys to check out this video that's coming on next. It'll give you kind of an overarching view of the book as a whole, the letter as a whole. And I want to just encourage you in your group time, in your conversation, just be willing to ask the question, like, where might God be leading me? What is it in my life that can use some growth? And be willing to answer that and to share it with others so that you might be held accountable in that and be encouraged along the way, just as Paul encouraged the people in Philippi.
Yeah, so we'll leave the link for the video in the comments on this one, or you can just go into your YouTube and search for the Bible Project Philippians, and that'll set you up with what you need next.
Exactly. And any of you that want to go, I think it's just bibleproject.org maybe, or .com, or if you just do a Google search for the Bible Project, there's tons of information on there, not only for Philippians, but for all of Scripture. And those guys do a really good job of just helping us understand and to dig into the Word. And as we said on Sunday, we want to get into the Word until the Word actually gets into us. So we'll see you guys on Sunday and hope you have a great night.